So by now you've come to find out that manufactured homes are a little bit different, offer great value, great predictability, but when it comes to insurance, there's 3 distinct phases. So we're gonna walk through all those 3 phases and help you figure out when your responsibility kicks in for the home. As you know, manufactured homes and the Lavender Meadows project is gonna create that great home feel for you, but there's 3 phases that we're gonna talk through. The first one is the construction phase. This is when it's at the factory. This home is being built in a nice, controlled environment. It's gonna create all the great amenities that you've been purchasing and looking through, but at this point in time, not your responsibility quite yet. The home is actually being insured by the actual producer. So whichever production firm you're using to build the home, during the phase that it's at the plant, that is their responsibility, not yours. Phase 2, this is the most interesting one. You've probably seen it sometime. It's when the house is going down the highway. So at some point in time, the house, usually in 2 to 3 pieces, is kind of being put onto a flatbed truck and it's gonna be hauled to the site. This is when their transition from phase 1 to phase 2 happens, and the home is actually being insured in almost every case by the transit company. So this is like a cargo, or what's technically called an inland marine policy. And so the commercial shipping company is usually going to be covering the home as their own cargo. Rarely does anything ever come up, but you're not on the hook yet. Step 3, this is where your insurance needs to kick in. It's the moment the house hits the dirt here in Sequim. So when the house is taken off the flatbed truck and it hits your lot in Lavender Meadows or any other private property, that is when the home becomes your responsibility to insure. Now that said, you probably don't have the keys yet because the home does need some installation and work. You'll be talking with your Lavender Meadows reps about the steps to expect when you're gonna get your keys, but ultimately the minute that home hits the dirt, it's your responsibility. That's when you need your insurance policy to kick in. You also wanna make sure that you have an insurance policy that does cover for the install phase. Some policies cover for construction and installation, some don't. So this of course is where we're gonna toot our own horn and let you know that we know all the ins and outs of the right policies. If you have questions, we're here to help, but it's phase 3. Once the home is on the Sequim soil that you need to make sure your policy's kicked in. So we're gonna be here every step of the way to make sure you know all the ins and outs of this. So as you'll see more videos pop up below, make sure to stay tuned as we got every question to answer when it comes to moving to Sequim and Lavender Meadows.